This week on It's a Boot Life, I'm going to do a brief overview of putting together a one-piece boot top. I've marked where the vamp tongue goes, and I've marked exactly where the side seam is going to go. There is a side seam on the vamp encounter, even though there's not one on the boot top itself. I'm just going to stitch from line to line. I'm not going to stitch all the way from where the side seam will go to where this side seam will go. Alright, I've sewn the lining leather in. If you'll notice, I trimmed it exact here and skived it there and there, and then I left it free here so that I can go back in and trim off the excess. The glue that I've been using so far is the Equilum SG, which is absolutely wonderful for putting one-piece tops together, because there are places here that I went ahead and put the SG, and so it's sticky, but I can pull it off and it's still sticky. With regular rubber cement, putting one-piece boot tops together, there are places that you put the rubber cement on and it accidentally sticks down and then it pulls off the rubber cement, so you have to reapply, or you stick it down and didn't get it in the right place, so you pull it off and have to reapply, and it's just a pain. The SG is sticky for multiple times. It's a repositionable glue, so it's perfect for this particular application. But on the back seam, I'm going to use double-sided tape, and then I'll peel up the edge of that double-sided tape and just pull it right out. Now you'll notice the seam is on the outside of the boot. I'm going to run double-sided tape along the edge of that seam on one side and the other side, and then I'm going to open that seam nice and neat and flat. Now I'll hammer that flat, and then I'll be ready to put a strap over it to cover it up. But we persevered and got it done. And now it's time to put in the counter, which isn't really a barrel of laps either. But I have marked on the inside, before I put this together, I marked exactly where the counter should sit. Now usually for regular counters, I use the Equilum 315, the contact cement. But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and stick with the SG. And I'm just going to put a coat on both sides so it'll be extra strong, but still repositionable. We've finally reached the part where it's a little bit fun and it's going to start looking like a boot. So I've put double-sided tape on the counter cover, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this side seam. Make sure I match up the tile pattern on this alligator. I've sewn the counter cover to the vamp at the side seam and pressed that seam flat. And now I'm going to carefully turn that right side out. There we go. And I'll put it up on top of the counter where it goes. And looky there, it's finally beginning to look like a boot. I'll use the stitching line from the counter to show me where the counter cover needs to sit. What I'm going to do with the floppy bits in here is the counter should be glued down right to where the end of the counter lines up with that seam. And then I'm going to take the vamp and glue it down, and if I trimmed it correctly and positioned it correctly, then when I go back in and stitch in the side seam, it will hold the floppy ends of the vamp lining in place. And there it is. A one-piece boot top ready to be lasted. So what I did to finish up the stitching, remember in the beginning when we started right on this curve and sewed the boot tongue and finished right on the other side of the curve. I started exactly in the hole where I stopped and continued to exactly in the hole where I started, all the way around on all 3 rows. And it was just that easy. You didn't see me wrestling with the machine. It is difficult to wrestle one of these through a post machine, especially when it has a really tall top like this. So my recommendation to you is, if you're going to make a one-piece boot top and you're practicing and you don't know what you're doing yet, start with a really short one. It's a lot easier and it'll help you figure some things out before you move to a tall one like this. Mother, tell us what's in the yard. Tell us, Mother.
Tarantulas. Dog piles.
Yeah, well, that too, yeah.
I'm afraid of the dog piles.
I know.
Okay, this is the guest of honor. He's having a very stressful night, so I would like to release him soon. I think it's the same tarantula that I just caught and released like 5 minutes ago.
Are you sure we're not just infested with tarantulas?
Breton does say that looks a little bit
I'm
smaller.
pretty sure the legs are a little bit skinnier than the other one.
It could be a different
I
tarantula.
don't know.
Okay.
Maybe all its babies went like away, so now it's skinnier.
Yeah, I scooped this one up out of the grass. And
Oh, I want to touch it so
was-
badly.
Well, touch it.
Well, I'm like Morgan. I don't want him crawling on my arm and down my short collar or something.
Well, you could just open it a little bit and stick your finger in.
No, he went really fast earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really fast.
Yeah, the first one just climbed up onto my notepad and hitched a ride down to the hill and was very polite. But this one is having a stressful evening and would like to go.
Okay. Bye, tarantula.
Bye-bye.
Children.
Say that again. Do what?
Killed.
Probably has 10 children.
Yes, exactly 10.
Exactly.
Well, something came in the mail today for Lisa. I wonder what it can be. Ta-da! It says gear wrench.
Oh my goodness. All the sockets and wrenches I could ever want. How could I be so lucky?
So, looky here. Here's torque bits. I was using that just the other day.
I don't even know what a torque bit is, but now I have some.
See
Woohoo!
that? See that? Boy, you just got all kinds of bits.
Yay.
So that will fit inside of this.
Really, I never would have guessed.
Yeah. And here's more sockets. So you got metric deeps, standard deeps, 3/8 drive, and then here's your shallow drives. Somewhere should be a ratchet. And here's your ratchet. I got her something else to go with it by Gear Wrench. Got an 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch drive and 3/8 inch drive. And I actually need to show you what it is. So this will be loosen it. So you're loosening it, and after it gets where it's loose, you can just flip it up and use it like a screwdriver and go.
Or if it's at an awkward angle, you can reach in.
Yeah, or if it's at an angle. So I don't know what they call these. Roto ratchet set is what Gear Wrench calls it.
I can fix all of my machines now.
And this
May
is
they
just
never
a
break.
storage space right there.